The IHWA Premier League is proudly brought to you by Shutterguard.com.au, Perth's best roller shutters for over 30 years. Front Row Screens, your local streaming superheroes. And CD Dog, scrap metal recyclers.
Welcome back to the Coburn Ice Arena as we get ourselves set for match number 2 in our doubleheader of ice hockey matches, round 11 of the CD Dodd Perth Premier League for season 2021. And 3 or 4 weeks ago, this game in some eyes looked to have been a one-sider, but after the results of the last 2 weeks, especially last week where the Sharks scored their first win of the season and the Vikings got absolutely smashed by the Flyers Blue, this is a game that has turned on some different stakes and consequences. So many storylines being written up. The Perth Sharks, who are on 3 points from their first 8 games, are taking on the Vikings, 7 points in 7 games, with 2 wins, 2 losses and 3 draws. And a vital game this one will certainly be. With the Flyers Orange winning, the best that the Vikings could hope for at the end of this round is 3rd place. While for the IHWA, the Perth Sharks, another win will see them stay alive in the race for the finals, especially that top 3 where that's where you want to finish in this 5-team competition. This game is certainly going to be an interesting one. Paul Pierce with you once again in the commentary box, and as always, it's a great pleasure to have your company on what is another marvellous Friday night here in Coburn. The lights are really turned on bright, ready for the players to engage in battle for what is going to be another important game in this 11th round. We're at the halfway mark, believe it or not, in this competition, a 23-round competition. The finals beginning in September, the greatest month of the year in sports here in Australia. Last week, an inspired performance by Jake Ruck saw the Sharks cause that big boil over of the season. 3 straight. Midway through the game, saw the Sharks hit the front after the Flyers Orange scored the first 2, while the Vikings, well, in that round 10 game against the Flyers Blue, they conceded 6 and 7 goals in the second and third period respectively. They know they can play a lot better than that, and they'll be set out to prove in this game, especially with a couple of new players joining the side in the last 2 weeks. Chad Rayner, Brian McEwen, and number 13, watch out for him, Skylar Lowe for the Sharks, but also for the Vikings, I should say. Meanwhile, for the Sharks, they are going in unchanged. Jaden Santana leading the side. Yannick Lodge, again doing double duty tonight. Brock Williams, Ben Lellick, and of course the rookie Braden Maybe. Still playing out there tonight, despite the Flyers Blue having the bye. And Riley Langle as well doing double duty tonight. Matthew Valancourt also getting some time again with the Perth Sharks. There you see Riley Langle on the screen, just having a chat to his teammate there, Yannick Lodge, who played for the Flyers Orange as well. So the Sharks inside, we're also made up of a few top-up players allowed to play for the Sharks by other clubs. It created a lot of interest for the Sharks side. They've got an attacking unit that can score, the Sharks. That'll be a key. Set the puck up for entry into the slot and get those numbers first to it, because they've got players that can set up those tip-ins, dominate the shots on target. That'll be a big key for the Sharks in this game. The Vikings, the experience is there, but their discipline wasn't. 7 and 6 goals leaked in the last 2 periods. But also Caden Gould, he's come under the spotlight in this past week. In his 4 games that he has played, he has only scored 1 goal in that game, in these first 4 games that he's played in 2021. He needs to hit that board, his form, under the microscope tonight. It's a very tough one for the Vikings to overcome after that 13-3 result. And that's why guys like Skylar Lowe and Brian McEwen have come into the side in recent weeks to make up for the loss of a couple of those big scorers. We see the Vikings on their screen. No doubt after that game last week, they would have been deflated after that defeat by the Flyers Blue in a game that sort of expected more, especially with a side that was threatening for the finals in this early going, and as well as the Sharks, the Flyers Blue, who are the reigning champions, as both sides eager to break from their huddle. You join us live on our Facebook live stream, as well as on our Front Row Screens Facebook page and the Perth Premier League Facebook page. Make sure you give both pages a like and also a follow. We certainly appreciate all the support. And of course, we're also on the Front Row Screens YouTube page too, for the second of our round 10 games as the Vikings are set to break from their huddle. What is going to be an important game for them. Corey Booton in goals tonight for the Vikings. Reece Pelliccioni for the Sharks. And starting things off will be Yannick Lodge. And it looks like Skylar Lowe, who played his first game of the season last week. Second game of round 11 is underway. A vital game for both sides with finals implications riding. Vikings have first possession of it, and again that fast entry comes from Lowe. Pressured there into a turnover by Doyle and Lelick. Sharks play it out wide. Langle by the outer wing. Pressured there into a turnover by McCauley. It's a scramble for it on the outside. Well played by Kudler to get that one out of that scramble. Well done there by Doyle. Hoist pass out to Langle. Releasing Lodge. He shoots. Just off the pads there of Booton. Kudler keeps it in front. Well balanced. And the Vikings can clear it out momentarily through Lowe. Doyle out to Zoo along the sideboards. Good control by Lodge, but he's forced to let that one go. Couple of changes made to each of the sides. And a few new players in the Vikings side for this match. Good entry in the end there by McDonald. Plays it to the left-hand side to Levesque. Can't take clean possession on that one. Momentarily turned over. Humiston. And the Vikings again have numbers. Radcliffe Smith plays it out wide to Atkins and Zoo. But it's turned over again. Holman. From behind the goal line. He gets it back. He's going to go cross ice. Opens things up, but that pass had a little too much oomph in that one. And it's turned over by Robson. Another good crowd here at the Coburn Ice Arena, I must mention. Always a great atmosphere on a Friday night. And they'll do it all again in 2 weeks' time when they host round 13. Lucky for some, unlucky for others. Radcliffe Smith plays it out wide again. Zoo, who hasn't been hitting the scoreboard as big as many would have wanted him. He's a good shooter. But he turns it over. Great defensive play by the Vikings, in particular Levesque. Open ice pass out towards the offensive zone for the Vikings. McDonald plays it well. Kudler. He shoots, nobody home. Backhanded by Levesque. Just falling short of the goal crease there. And that allows the player in Lelick to make the turnover. Blind pass it was. McDonald riding the bump by Atkins. And forced back. Kudler. Oh, just bypassing Mike Spencer. Spencer in a one-on-one. Turned over again. The Sharks looking to recover the puck and rebound at Williams. Long wrist shot. Just to the left-hand side. McLean. And he did it well there. Valancourt from defensive ice. Needs to be quick on that one, because that pass was very casual. Rayner bumped onto the sideboards by Valancourt. Turned over again. It's a back and forth early going here in the first 3 minutes of this match. Still 0-0. Not any real chances towards the net. It's been a real tussle early on. Ruck out to Lodge, bypassing Valancourt. Back onto the offensive goal line. And now the Vikings will set this one up again. Good play out wide. It turned over. Langle was in the right place at the right time. Great speed on the slot area. Will he go cross ice? He does out there to Ruck. Didn't get that one in time, but he was able to get that one back to Valancourt. Valancourt shoots just off the gloves there of Kudler. Kudler releasing that one out to Lelick. And it goes back to the defensive zone for the Sharks. And they can set things up again with numbers pushing back and a few line changes. Push back to the goal line now. Sedenko. Under pressure there from Radcliffe Smith, but he's got some support there in Holman. Off the sideboards goes Macaulay. Very risky indeed. Gets it back. Radcliffe Smith barges his way through. Nice front-on check there by Holman. That's good physical pressure. Macaulay this time. Bobbles out. It's by the neutral line. Williams. Fine play by Williams. And now they go back and clear themselves of the pressure. Sedenko. Very casual there. Levesque. Macaulay. And intentionally tripped up, according to the referee, was Radcliffe Smith. And it's going to be the first of the power plays. It's against Macaulay for the Vikings. So they'll have a nice advantage here. Or is it? No plays in the penalty box this time. Usually, if it's a trip, then there is some plays in the penalty box, but it must have been ruled a minor obstruction, according to the referees. It looked as though one of those plays did get tripped up from where I was live. It's by the defensive zone for the Sharks. Open ice pass out towards the offensive zone for the Sharks, and it's an open ice call. Icing call in the end, and it'll go all the way back for the Vikings attack. It'll be on the outer circle from where our cameraman is located. Getting all the action shots as it happens. Front row screens, your number one in 2021. Face off, very even Stevens at the moment. Humiston tries to bobble that one out. Plenty of opponents right in front of him. Puck is played forward to centre ice. They'll need to be quick. Humiston on the inner wing. He shoots with the wrist. And just to the right, to the left-hand side. And they rebound it here again. Kudler under pressure from Atkins. He's keeping with him. Atkins, what can he do? Pushes it out wide. McLean puts the pressure on. Well played in the end by Spencer. He's on the breakaway. Oh, he got tripped up there in the end. That was low, in fact it was. Oh, he gets one back. Does Bryce Chapman, and no surprise, the referee in the perfect position there to make that call. Oh, Chapman tripping up Skylar Lowe, and the Sharks player getting his own back. Turns out it was Brock Williams, as you see there, intentional with the stick. And a couple of players going down. And so Brock Williams will get the first of the penalty time. Shutterguard power play to be brought up for the first time in this game. 5-on-4. In favour of the Vikings. They've got a little advantage now with the extra man on the rink. No real chances at the moment between the two sides. No real shots on target. And they've really tried everything they can to maintain that clean possession as much as they can and make the chances a little bit easier for themselves. Been plenty of open ice passes to try and open the play up. Risky by Booten to pull out of the crease there. They were able to get it off in time with the Vikings. Levesque barges his way past. And now sets himself up with a breakaway. Instantly cut off. Lodge. Does he go cross ice? Oh, he tried to go himself. But Kudler recovers the puck with the defensive turnover. 7.5 minutes into this game so far. Still 0-all. Been a real tussle early on the CD Dodd scoreboard. McDonald. Good play by McDonald, keeping him in front. Does he go to Sedenko? No, he doesn't. Goes to Kudler out the back. He shoots. Fine chest save by Reece Pelliccioni. Had himself a few decent nights thus far. As we take a look on the CD Dodd replay. Clever play by the Vikings to send that one back out to David Kudler, who was completely in the open on the right-hand corner point, but not to be with that chance. Goes back to Kudler on centre point. Fine little sidestep there. Will he go for the wrist shot? He does. Very high, that one. But just over the goals and onto the net above. And it'll be another face-off. Sharks defending brilliantly here in attempt to kill off this power play. There's only 10 seconds in the meantime. It's gone quickly. And this chewing up of the clock will be very good for the Sharks in successfully killing off this penalty. And they have done now. And once the puck drops, it'll be back to 5-on-5 as Brock Williams comes back onto the ice. Robson off the plexiglass. And it looks like it's going to be an icing call. Yes, it will. And they'll go back just as quickly to the Vikings' attacking zone. Vital passage it will be. What will also be important is how the Vikings will set up in this face-off. So they have got a completely open structure. The Sharks are defending tightly. They've got 3 across the low slot area. Levesque wins that one. Goes back to Holman. And now Rayner setting it up. Down the wing, Rayner from the back of the net. Scrambled by Ratcliffe Smith. Well played by Rayner, maintaining possession. Cross-ice pass is blind. Zoo in front, Rayner again. Jackson under pressure there from Spencer. That was great play by Spencer. Again, the Vikings playing direct, but it's not working. But Levesque can inflict the turnover. Rebounded again there by Williams. Coming straight from his penalty. And the whistle will sound. There was interference there against Spencer. And that was well spotted by the referees. It was head high just slightly. And it looks as though Williams is coming back to the penalty box again. As soon as he gets back on the rink, he's back in the penalty box and on the bench again. No, in fact, it was against Spencer, rather. And so the Sharks will have that advantage all to themselves now. 5-on-4 with another Shutterguard power play. Face-off being won by the Sharks. They've got the advantage of the extra man on the ice. All they have to do is make the most of it. Langle going cross-ice in the end to Ruck. Couldn't get that one off in time. Another open ice pass out towards the defensive zone for the Sharks. Vikings doing everything they can to kill off this penalty, like the Sharks did earlier. Doyle goes back to Ruck. Fine breakaway he has going for him. Push to the corner. Triangle play set up to Doyle. He shoots just to the right-hand side. Doyle tries for the 180. Almost too much. Valancourt. He shoots, but it ricocheted off a defender. And now the Vikings have it only momentarily because Yannick Lodge was right there for the pickings. He went cross-ice out to Ruck. Just a little too late there. Ruck maintains possession. Doyle's on centre point on his own, but they move it to the opposite wing. Try and tempt the Vikings to move along with them. Langle off the skates. He keeps it in front. Hands it slowly. Lodge. Ruck looking for the tip in. Langle out the back. Doesn't get it. Valancourt one-on-one with McDonald. Valancourt wins out on that one. He goes for it. And a fine save there. Corey Booton going down low inside the crease with another good save. Just under 8 minutes remaining in this opening period. Only a few chances for both sides. That was the Sharks' third in this opening period so far. Even Stevens in this face-off. McLean will get clean possession on the defensive zone now. The Vikings staying back at the moment. Zoo out to McLean. McLean goes straight on. Out towards the end boards. McLean has got the speed and physicality for a man of his height. To scramble for it, 2-on-2. The penalty killed off in the meantime. And the Vikings back for full strength 5-on-5 action. The defending of both these sides has been nothing short of excellent so far, except for that moment there that nearly linked the goal to the young'un in Skylar Lowe. Vikings get possession back. Zdenko goes from centre ice towards the net. And it's easily saved there by Reece Pelliccioni. Under 7 minutes remaining in this opening period. It's been a real tussle. Early on, momentum still on a tightrope between both these sides. With plenty of implications hanging for both sides. The Vikings looking to maintain third spot on the ladder. The Sharks trying to keep in touch with the Blackhawks, who of course was soundly beaten in the first game earlier. 8-2 against the Flyers Orange. Scramble for it. Lou. Fine play by Lou. Starting to come into his own in the Vikings setup. Zdenko, long shot and an easy save to his left by Reece Pelliccioni. As easy as you like. And a real Good showing by Pelliccioni thus far in this game. No doubt he'll want to keep that effort up. Another face-off in shoes. The puck's pushed out back to Zdenko. He goes for the slap shot. Ricocheted there off Levesque. Spencer plays it behind the goal line. Pressured by Doyle. Good physicality shown by Doyle. Keeps it in front. Fine effort from Luke Doyle. Blind pass, however, spoils all of that work. Levesque looking for the backhander. Very ambitious. And now Zdenko. Zdenko out to Kudla. One-on-one. Rayner out the back. Looking to go cross-ice to Spencer, but Rayner keeps it out in front as a caution. Maybe he should have gone cross-ice because Ruck turned it over just like that. It's an open ice pass back towards the Vikings defensive zone. And David Kudla plays it well. Fine breakaway. Goes past one. Goes past two. Goes for the shot. And just off the crossbar. How unlucky is that? It was a fine solo effort. Just didn't get the luck he wanted at the end. And the Sharks recovered on their defensive zone. Goes out wide. Riley Langle. Langle under pressure from Lou. That is a fine defensive effort, Lou, but Langle even better. Rebounds that one. Goes with the backhand. Out there to Ruck. Lelick goes bang. Nobody home. Ricocheted off Langle's skates. One-on-one now. In front is Yannick Lodge. McDonald. Well played by McDonald. On the offensive zone, it's a scramble between himself and Chapman. Chapman wins out in that one, and it's pushed forward towards the goal crease. And a fine save once again. Reece Pelliccioni. Face off on the inner circle. Vikings attacking zone. It's being won by the Sharks. It's pushed forward. Radcliffe Smith breaks away to centre ice now. The pass spoiled there by Holman. And now he pushes it wide. The Vikings trying to do everything they can, but they have to tighten up their passing. More often than not, it's being spoiled by a few turnovers deep in that offensive zone, just like that. And the Sharks recover it so well. And they've got players that can inflict those fast breakaways. Whoa! That play being Robson. He was almost flattened there by Skylar Lou. And that physicality results in a defensive turnover. Back and forth in the opening 20 minutes of this matchup. McDonald. Fine breakaway from McDonald. Off the crossbar. Rebounded there by Radcliffe Smith. But a few Vikings have extra players out the back in this formation. Kudla, who had himself an outstanding Summer League competition when he was playing for the Outlaws. And what was a very exciting series, and a side that would go on and win the championship early in the year against the fancied Elk. And here he is, Kudla. He tries to get onto that one, but it ricocheted there off Doyle. And there was a bit of interference going on there in that play. Referee spot on with that decision. And it looks as though another player in the penalty box. It might be one of the Vikings, I think. No. Yes, it is, in fact. Yes, it was against Kudla, as we see on the CD Dodd replay. Fine setup it was too by Kudla. Breaking away back onto the offensive ice. And I have to say, that was a bit of a stiff one because he was going towards the goals. And upon seeing that replay, he wasn't intending to hit the player's legs with that one. He was going for the slap shot. Defender maybe was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. So I'd have to say, Kudla is a bit stiff with having to sit in the penalty box for 2 minutes. Another shutter-guard power play in effect, and again in favour of the Sharks with less than 2 minutes to go. Sharks can score out of this one. The momentum, I'd have to say, would only be slightly in the Sharks' favour because the Vikings have defended brilliantly throughout this game thus far. McCauley, he goes towards the net, and it's pushed forward by Pelliccioni, allowing Valancourt to rebound and take the puck away from the defensive zone, finding Lodge. Lovely little backhander there to Ruck. Ruck, does he go for the open shot? He does. Fine save, Pelliccioni. Jake Ruck, like he was playing in the ruck for the AFL, taps that one in midair. Back to his teammate there in Lodge. Valancourt and Lodge combining out of that scramble. No, in fact, it's Langle Casual there by Lodge. That's allowed Jon Levesque to go in deep inside the slot, and a crucial goal for the Vikings. Late in this opening period, Jon Levesque making the most of the defensive turnover and gets the first goal on the board. As we see on the CD Dodd replay, I'd have to say Lodge there just could have got to that one a little bit quicker, because Jon Levesque was all there on his own just by the neutral line. And when Lodge fumbled that one at the last second, Levesque just hustled forward and made a good short-handed goal out of it. 1-0 to the third place Vikings with less than 20 seconds remaining on the CD Dodd scoreboard. Puck is played towards the Sharks attacking zone. Maybe they got a chance here. Radcliffe Smith from the corner. Looking for that freakish goal. Doesn't get it. 2-on-1 scramble. Favours the Vikings, but it's pushed back to the Sharks on centre ice. Now out wide to McLean. Maybe looking for one more chance. Rayner stops him in his tracks as the buzzer is about to go. Well, it was a real defensive tussle for much of that opening period until that last-minute goal by Jon Levesque off the defensive turnover sees the Vikings hold a slight advantage. It's 1-0 after the first period here at the Cockburn Ice Arena. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with all the second period action shortly.
Shatterguard has been installing Perth's best shutters for over 30 years. With no advertising signs on your front lawn and no sales gimmicks, visit shatterguard.com.au.
CD Dodd highlights of the first period as we welcome you back to the Cockburn Ice Arena, the second game of round 10. The Vikings leading 1-0 over the Sharks. It was a real tight defensive tussle for all of those 20 minutes until the last 50 seconds when the Sharks were just being a little bit conservative and scrappy with the puck inside their offensive zone. They leaked out a pass back to Jake Ruck, who just fumbled at the worst possible moment. Jon Levesque swooped in on his own with the defensive turnover, broke away towards the offensive zone, and laid a nice little tip into the back of the net to score the lone goal so far in this game. 5 chances for each side. Not much if you're talking about two sides that have good attacking units, but no doubt they will want to hit the scoreboard heavily in the second period coming up here at the Cockburn Ice Arena. It's all thanks to CD Dodd, our title sponsors, and the broadcasters. Front Row Screens, your number one in 2021. First leg of a big sporting feast, if I could say it right, throughout the WA Day long weekend. We'll tell you more about that later as the night goes on. But here at Cockburn Ice Arena, the Vikings, as we take you back live in just a moment, leading 1-0. A crucial second period coming up here, so make sure you stay with us. It's been a real tight tussle, but the Vikings hold that advantage with that lone goal to Jon Levesque, as the second period is just due to get underway and the puck drops. Off the plexiglass, it comes out there towards Skylar Lowe. Keep in mind, for the last few seconds, the Vikings were still 5-on-4 with that penalty against Spencer. Oh no, Kudler, I should say. But now it is back to 5-on-5, just like that. Lodge keeps it in front. Tempted the Vikings to directly defend down the line, but it was a lovely pass out there to Ruck, but turned over. The Vikings pushed back very quickly. That's good defensive tactics. Open out there to Spencer from the corner. He goes bang, but deflected off Pelliccioni and into the net. And it'll be a face-off just by the Vikings attacking zone, right where they want it. If they want to maintain the advantage that they have got on the CD Dodd scoreboard. 1-0 is their advantage. 6-5. In terms of their shots on target in favour of the Vikings now in this match. Face-off being won. Played along the end boards now. It's open to Kudla. Winning that one on the defensive zone slowly. Goes down the line. Clever to McDonald. He has it in front. He's got the advantage now. McDonald, well, he should have gone with a backhander because he had two players trailing behind him. In the low slot, Humiston. The shot comes in from Levesque. Nearly had a double, but just off the crossbar. McDonald again. Backhander to Kudla. Oh, didn't get all of that shot in. Backhander by Humiston, looking for the tip in deep in the slot. Didn't get that one to go. And now the Sharks can recover it. Ratcliffe Smith, oh, that was ambitious. Back to Levesque. Well, he wasn't tripped up. He just lost control himself there, Levesque. Vikings still have all the possession thus far, in control, but Jackson under pressure from Levesque. Good game he's having so far. Jackson recovers it for the Sharks. And it's crucially bobbled out. But even more importantly, the Vikings turn it over again. Their defence getting better and better in this match after what happened last week against the Flyers Blue. McDonald, oh, well off the puck there. Body check by Ratcliffe Smith. But the Sharks and Vikings go back and forth on the defensive zone for the Sharks. Robson tries to play it out back. Jackson goes back to Robson. Good chain starting to build up here. Bypasses to Zoo. Zoo goes for it. And an easy save to his left by Corey Booton. It was a good setup, though, by the Sharks. They allowed the puck to bypass a teammate before Zoo was able to collect and go on the breakaway towards the offensive zone. But what was also good, the Vikings, how they set up defensively, not allowing Zoo to penetrate any space on the low slot. That was smart play. Chapman didn't get all of that shot in after the face-off. Open ice pass out towards the defensive zone for the Sharks. The Vikings back in attack. Luke. Zdenko goes for a crucial shot. It was a scramble in the low slot being won by the Sharks. Turned over. Open ice pass from Lou out towards the defensive goal line and out again. And it goes over the Vikings bench. And play will stop and we'll have a face-off. And crucially, it'll be on the Vikings territory. No player spent in the penalty box as a result of that, which is good. And the face-off will be on the inner circle of the Vikings attacking zone. We played just under 4 minutes of this second period. 1-0 is the Vikings' advantage. Kudla, he shoots. He got plenty of power on that one. But a nice fine save down low, Reece Pelliccioni. Well, we're at it too. Big weekend on FRS. The WA Day weekend celebrating the best state in the country. Kudla, he goes with a third shot in about 30 seconds. And again, it's just to the left-hand side. In front there, Ruck. Keeps it in front. He's got to use it well. Oh, nice little body check onto the sideboards. And Langle getting his own back for his team there. Langle loses control of the puck. Nice little back check. And the Vikings under a bit of pressure now. Ruck goes out towards Doyle. Doesn't get clean control of it. And that allows the Vikings to turn it over once again. Ruck intercepts. And now with the offensive takeaway. Ruck goes cross ice. Saved and pushed forward by Booton. And now Spencer goes cross ice, and a blind pass it was at that, finding Ballancourt for the Sharks. Doyle. And now Yannick Lodge. Oh, crucial turnover it would have been. Lou was in the great position, but Langle plays it out wide. He goes down the line. From behind the goals, Langle tries to push it forward out there to Santana. Didn't get all of that one. Just scramble for it by the sideboards. Lou finds some space on the offensive slot, but covered off by Valancourt. That's good defending. Valancourt plays it wide. Ruck. Ruck, he'll have to go cross ice here. Not a lot of space is being exposed. Ruck, he shoots. Ricochet there off McDonald. But getting it back there is Jackson, who's only just come off the bench. Open ice pass out towards the goal line now. And the Vikings can assess again. Taking clean possession, Lou. He's been in the thick of the action early on. McDonald, nice 180. Keeping in front, he plays it off the sideboards. Robson, with a one-on-one scramble there. Humiston. Humiston down in front, but the puck freezes for a moment there, but Lou. Smart play. Plays it back to Holman. And goes back to the goal line where McDonald comes up to meet it. Now gets it across. Oh! A heavy hit there. That was inflicted by Radcliffe Smith, but the Vikings still have numbers pushing back from the defensive zone. And that's where they continue the flooded attack. Jackson plays it along the end boards, but it's turned over Levesque, who's the only goal scorer so far in the match. They go cross-ice to Humiston, but he didn't get that shot off in time. Sedenko out to Levesque. He goes to the outer side and finds McDonald. Vikings, what they're doing is they're really controlling the tempo. They're playing it on their terms. Kudla slips up at the worst possible time. Zoo, he goes cross-ice, looking to find Radcliffe Smith, but he loses control himself. And Oscar Zoo forced to go for the open ice pass and release the pressure. The goalie has been exposed for the moment there, but he was able to get himself back up quickly. The shot comes in from Atkins. Just ricocheted there off Booton's glove. That was a good save. Frantic moments for both sides. Jordan Williams lays it out to Kudla. He wants to make up for that little fumble that he had. Nice protection from Sedenko, allowing Kudla to go on the breakaway with a fine pass. Williams, will he go cross-ice? He's not able to. The defensive structure for the Sharks are not allowing him to penetrate any space on the mid-slot. Played to the end boards. Kudla. Rebound. Atkins under a bit of pressure. Nice physical play there by Kudla. And now behind the goal line, Kudla. Where can he set this one up to? It's been very tight defensive-wise from both sides. McLean. Oh, didn't get all of that shot in. It was easily deflected by Booton. Williams bypassed. Lodge goes cross-ice, finding Ruck. He shoots just off the crossbar. Well, he had the right frame of mind and was in the right position to go for the slap shot. He had space aplenty. But just by his worst luck, Lodge's shot went only as far as the crossbar. Lodge and Ruck combine again, but this time to the right-hand side. Goes the shot. Langle off the rebound. He shoots. Doesn't get all of that one in. It's a scramble for it. But releasing the pressure with a good save down low. Corey Booton. He's had himself a good night so far. A fine passage of play too by the Sharks, keeping the puck in their attacking zone. That shot from Yannick Lodge, unlucky for him. Hitting the crossbar, he had plenty of power and had space aplenty to go for it. Face-off will go between Yannick Lodge and Luke. Being won by Lodge. He gets it out there to Langle, scrambling inside the slot. Pushing forward there was Booton to make the save. Valancourt and Ruck combining. The puck rebounds off Doyle. Doesn't get that one off. Radcliffe Smith. Will he go cross-ice? Yes, he does. Out to Rayner with the backhand. And couldn't get that one. Rayner with a heavy body check there on Doyle. And the crowd really letting both players know about that one. Lodge and Ruck again combining to set it up towards the slot, but again, not converting. That issue of scoring from opportunities in attack, that was addressed last week when they scored 3 straight in the second period. We've gone halfway through this second period in this game tonight, and the Sharks have not been able to crack open the wall, so to speak. And the Vikings may make them pay for it as McDonald. He shoots from the mid-slot, but doesn't get all of that one in. Haven't been able to crack that ceiling, so to speak, have the Sharks in this second period. McDonald plays it to Humiston from the corner. And just to the right-hand side. Kudla. We know he's a very good shot. Well saved by Pelliccioni on his knees. A rebound shot comes in from McDonald deep in the slot. It's a scramble, but too little too late. Here's Pelliccioni making a save as easy as you like. Still 1-0 with 11 minutes played so far in this second period. Both sides having a few shots on target in this second period. Not making any further inroads apart from that goal to Jon Levesque. Very late in that first period as again this play to the inner wing. McDonald, another rebound. Backhanded to Levesque. He's had himself a real physical game. Turned over. Radcliffe Smith gets in front with the rebound. But again, those two defenders that are pushing back for the Vikings at every passage is really providing a few headaches for the Sharks. It's out towards open ice where it's quickly cut off by Robson, where he finds Jackson. Jackson releasing Radcliffe Smith, and he's on the breakaway. He shoots from the right-hand corner point, and again, down low, a fine clutching save, Tory Booten. On the live ladder, if the result was to stay the same, the Vikings would be on 9 points. The Sharks would be on 5 points if they can get 2 goals and snatch the game, even though there's still a period and a bit to go. Levesque, open ice hoist pass out towards centre ice, and now it's pushed back. Chapman, backhanded by Levesque. It was an ambitious one. Can they recover it out of defensive ice? Yes, they can. Kudla from the back. Levesque went cross ice, but blind. McLean out to Chapman, now releasing Atkins. And it's bobbled back into that attacking zone for the Vikings, but Chapman can recover it. And this is where they could do the most damage, but Atkins struggled to get a handle on that one, and that allowed the Vikings again to recycle the puck in their defensive zone. Watch out for McLean. He could use that physical pressure to his advantage, but Levesque pinned to the boards by Atkins. That allows McCauley to go from the corner of the slot. Does he get it in? No. Fine defensive effort there by Ben Lelick. Recycling the puck out of the Sharks' defensive zone. McLean, oh, nice checking by McLean, but the Vikings turn it over. It's back their way. Williams, 180, under pressure, 2-on-1. McLean one out in that one. He pushed forward to Valancourt. Doyle goes back, bypassing Levesque. And it found Yannick Lodge. Went for the backhander in the McLean direction. But again, it's always those 2 extra defenders off the back of the puck making the easy turnover. Lodge, he didn't get all of that one in. The back of the crease exposed for a second there. Doyle shoots off the crossbar. Rebound, Valancourt, he shoots. And Booten off the legs, a fine save under pressure. Well, 3 chances in the end there going away for the Sharks. Their best opportunity so far in this second period to level the scores in a match where goals are really a platinum premium, so to speak. Especially how tight and hard this game has been on the defensive aspect. Sharks win another face-off. Langle off the back. It's a scramble for it. Ruck going deep. Langle with the gap. Lodge, he shoots, and Lodge levels the scores at last. Well, that was a goal that was much needed. In the last couple of passages, the Sharks looked desperate in that offensive zone. But with 5.5 minutes to go in the second period, the scores are level. Yannick Lodge getting a few high fives as we go to the CD Dodd replay. Off the face-off, Langle penetrating the space hard, as did Lodge. Deflected off Booten, but then Langle, clever backhander out there to Yannick Lodge, setting that one up to level the scores. A fine effort there. 1-1 is the score with just over 5 minutes to go in this second period. Getting a few giggles alongside me in the commentary box. The fans are certainly enjoying the action. Over the net it goes. Would have been a freakish goal if it bounced the wrong way. It's on the Sharks' defensive zone. No icing call. Valancourt rebounds. Lovely pass to the advantage there of Ruck. Right in front. Oh, heavy there by Spencer. Heavy pressure. And getting his own back there by Jake Ruck. Spencer, he gets the puck back. Now the Sharks are starting to turn on the intensity here. They've had more of it. But again, those fumbles at the last moment could prove costly. Rayner, does he go cross ice? He doesn't. Off the helmet there of Reece Pelliccioni. But a fine save nonetheless. And that allows the Sharks to recycle the puck. It's an open ice pass by Valancourt. It's deflected forward there by Booten. The Vikings looking to recover that one, and oh, that must have hurt if that hit Langle's hand any harder. McDonald and Levesque having to use the man instead of the puck there. And again, that allows the Sharks to turn that one over. Langle, these fumbles, they've got to eradicate them sooner rather than later of the Sharks. Kudla shoots, but it's to the right-hand side. McDonald pinned to the end boards there by Jackson. The pressure well and truly on both sides in the last 4 minutes. McDonald plays the puck forward from behind the goal line, out to Levesque. Look at Humiston, he's starting to sneak in inside that slot. Kudla, he shoots from the corner. Fine save, Pelliccioni. Jackson has a fumble himself there. McDonald, a fresh airy. That allowed Jackson to come in for a bit of stick checking. Centre cross ice pass. No avail this time. The Sharks forcing the Vikings back as much as they can, but here's Humiston. Oh, just out of reach with one hand. Just over 3 minutes to go in this second period. If any side can get back the lead with their second goal, they'll go into the last period chock full of confidence. The Vikings again with a turnover. Only looking to centre it. Humiston. Cross ice out to McDonald. Pelliccioni down low. Another fine save. The pressure really on. And again, as soon as the Sharks try and get it clear, the Vikings push 2 or 3 back. Levesque looking for a double. He shoots down low, stoning it in. Fine save, Reece Pelliccioni. As we see on the CD Dodd replay, fine setup by the Vikings. The Sharks had a couple of defenders moving in towards the puck, and that left space exposed on the outer side. Reece Pelliccioni always had his eye on the prize, but in the meantime, there was some interference as soon as that play finished. Luke Doyle, he's going to spend some time in the penalty box, I'm being told. So release that Shutterguard power play once again. It's going to be 5-on-4 in favour of the Vikings. And what's even worse for the Sharks, the Vikings have got the puck where they want it. Push forward. Humiston out to there, Levesque and Williams. Almost. Long shot comes in from centre ice. McCauley with the backhand. Holman bracing himself for the impact. McCauley pushes back. Casual as you like, but Kudla rebounds on the defensive zone. Kudla, lovely pass out there to Lou. Skylar Lou, the new boy for the Vikings. He's tied up in a scramble there with Lodge and also Lelick, but he gets some support there by Holman. Puck not going anywhere at this stage. Just inside the last minute of this second period. Any goal will be vital heading into the third. Open ice pass by Lodge. Is it going to be an icing call? No, because the goalie pulled out of the crease. As the Sharks rotate a few plays, now they are off. Fine breakaway here. Goes out wide. Very ambitious play. Jackson. What can Jackson do here? Open ice pass. He got cleaned up there by a Vikings defender. Another open ice pass, but it'll be play on. Kudla handing the puck from behind the goal line. He's going to go wide. Out to McDonald. Fine play by McDonald. Oh! Riding the impact and taking Jackson down. But it's turned over. Radcliffe Smith. Does he go cross ice to Zoo? Fine defence by Kudla. Getting the stick out at the right time. Zoo under pressure. Kudla and Humiston scrambling on him. And Humiston eventually winning the turnover. They go long. Crucially, McDonald was out in front, but the time is going to run out. And we are going to go into the last period with the scores level at 1 goal apiece. Yannick Lodge getting that crucial leveler for the Sharks midway through that second period, and we've only got 15 minutes of action to go. It's been a real tight one. So hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. We're in for a thrilling finish here at the Cockburn Ice Arena. It is level at 1 goal apiece in this round 11 CD Dodd Perth Premier League clash. We'll be back after this.
Shutterguard has been installing Perth's best shutters for over 30 years. With no advertising signs on your front lawn and no sales gimmicks, visit shutterguard.com.au.
Welcome back to the Coburn Ice Arena. It's a very tight game that we've got on our hands in the second game of round 11 of the 2021 season. The Sharks and the Vikings level at 1 goal apiece. As we take a look at some CD Dodd highlights here of the first couple of periods in this game. It was very hard, very tight, the pressure well and truly on both sides. That vital goal coming halfway through the second period by Yannick Lodge has seen this game level up in terms of momentum. 16-11 shots on target in favour of the Sharks in that second period, despite the flurry in attack by the Vikings late in the final few minutes of the second period. But the momentum again been seesawing in this match, so to speak. The Vikings in those penalty situations were able to polish up on their chances in that offensive zone, but the Sharks, they got the better of them in that situation. Even though Lodge's goal was not a penalty goal, it was in regulation 5-on-5, the Sharks can still be happy with that second period, able to level out the Vikings' momentum and counter the Vikings' physical game with their own brand of physical pressure and play the puck out wide to open space. They were able to eradicate only some fumbles, but there's still areas in the Sharks' game that I'd suggest to Gill and McLean that needs polishing up. They just need to tighten their use of the puck here in this last period. For the Vikings, well, they had the better of the attack in the last few minutes when the second period was reaching its dying embers. All down to this last 15 minutes. Remember, 15 minutes in stoppage time with the third period under PPL rules. And remember, if it's a tie, both teams will receive a point. The last period is underway. Anything can happen in these last 15 minutes. Kudla from the defensive zone. He goes for the open ice pass out towards the attack. And again, the Sharks, greater numbers out the back of the puck, looking to recycle it on the rebound. Valancourt shoots from the corner. Easy save there by Booten, but he flicks it out back to allow Kudla to reset. And now Rayner. Rayner couldn't get it through Valancourt's legs. He recycles that one back towards the attacking zone. And vicious shot it was indeed too. Spencer, he takes that one away. Langle snatches it back. And the Vikings, they are forced behind their goal line again. Rayner tries to push it forward. That same story, Mike, for the Vikings just a minute ago. Forced behind their goal line. Lodge trying to open it up for Langle, but he's well protected by the Vikings defence. Out the back, the pass was intended for Rayner, but Ruck was able to cut that one off brilliantly. No icing call. Booten pulling out of the crease briefly. It's flicked forward to his teammate there. And setting it up from deep in their defensive zone. Zdenko tried to go with one hand. He's elected to push sideways, cross ice, but in the end, it was intercepted by Zoo, who again goes for the open ice pass, turns it over. It's been back and forth on the left-hand side of your screen where the Gage Road constructed scoreboard is, the CD Dodd scoreboard. Not a lot of action on the outer side. But now there might be. Humiston. Lovely cross-ice pass to the path of Lou, but it was turned over. 2-on-1 it was in favour of the Sharks. Zdenko almost pinning his opponent to the boards. McDonald out on the defensive zone. They always have had two out the back, as had the Sharks late in that second period to stop the push of either side. Atkins. And now Radcliffe Smith combines with Atkins from centre ice. It's a 3-on-1 situation. Atkins has the puck in front of him, but the numbers prove too much. McLean, however, gets some support. Atkins from the back. Oh, almost there from Brock Williams. But the Vikings turn that one over again. Lou shoots. Deep in the slot. Fine save by Pelliccioni, pushing it forward for Chapman. But again, Skylar Lou, I have to say, one of the best five for the Vikings tonight. The shot comes in from Lou. It's a scramble out the back. Liam McCauley couldn't get that one off in time. The puck pushed back again. Kudla. Kudla again. Open ice pass, but in the path of a defending Shark. McLean combining with Lelick. And Lelick from behind the goal. Cross-ice pass to Williams. They're playing it conservatively and patiently, are the Sharks in the early going. The Vikings are just playing with that little more aggression in terms of how quick they can enter that offensive zone. But they haven't been going anywhere further apart from 2 metres in front of the neutral line. They're just waiting for that opportune moment when the Sharks expose even the slightest of space inside that offensive area for the Vikings. The Sharks doing likewise. Thus far, it's a real game of tempo at the moment, and it hasn't been controlled on anybody's terms. Riding the impact all the way was Luke Doyle on the sideboards at centre ice. Williams lays it out back, finding Ruck off the plexiglass. Through pass in the end. The Sharks had a 2-on-1 situation there, and they would win out. Ruck combines there with Doyle, pushes forward. Lodge, who scored that leveller late in the second period. Langle. He's got Lodge there. This is a big opportunity. Valancourt didn't get all of that one in. Ruck scrambled for it. Valancourt rebounds. Out to Langle from the corner. Tries to gather some space. He shoots off the pads of Booten. Now the Vikings can recycle it only momentarily. Lodge out to Langle from the corner. He's forced to push behind the goal line. Backhanded to Ruck. What can he do? Into the end boards there by McClue. Ruck gets it back. He's got Doyle out on corner point, but he elects to go to the slot. Langle in the 2-on-1, recycled in the end by Williams. Williams looking for Rayner, and it looks as though there was an offside call. That's the first stoppage, believe it or not, of this last period. We went almost 5 minutes without a stoppage. It was a real grind of a start there in the third and final period. It was more free-flowing, but as you see, Matthew Valancourt for that interference is going to spend some time in the penalty box. It was an interference call, I was told. And another Shutterguard power play will roll out. And this is a vital one for the Vikings. They've got the puck in their territory, and it's how they can form up with this face-off, given the heavy slot coverage that the Sharks have got, with 2 across from that area. The face-off, even Stevens in that one. Who's going to get it out first? The Vikings will, through Humiston, push back to McDonald. McDonald forced to go back. He's under heavy pressure there from Ratcliffe Smith, who's just kept at him. Robson fakes the pass. Gets his own back there from Kudla. Scramble for it. Out from behind the goal line. Humiston and Jackson. Jackson wins out of that one. Open ice pass. It's instantly covered off by Sedenko. Vikings have the advantage in this Shutterguard power play. 5-on-4. The extra man on the ice will need to come into their favour if they can get a score on the board to take back the lead. That one goal in this third period will be crucial in the tide of this game. Sedenko, a high cross-ice pass. Out there to Sedenko. We had the best space inside the low slot to go for that one. McCauley from the high point now. It's well set up for Kudla. Does he go for it? No, he's forced back. Holman. Oh, fakes it. Out there to Sedenko. He shoots off the back. Humiston! Humiston out of nowhere. Gets the late tip in and takes back the lead for the Vikings. Well, it was sooner rather than later there was going to be a chance for either side. And as it turned out, for the Vikings, they played with the patience, setting that one. Lovely fake shot. Sedenko went for the slap, bobbled out of Pelliccioni's hands, and there Humiston out the back, getting that one in right at the last second. A fine tip in by Humiston, and that takes back the lead for the Vikings. Just under 9 minutes to go. Vikings lead 2-1. And they're aiming for their third win from 8 games. But there's still 9 minutes to go, and anything can happen. 16 from 11 in terms of shots on target at the end of the second period. The Sharks led it. But crucially, the Vikings have that second goal, and it might spear them on to go for a little bit of a run. But the Sharks, they're not going to give in that easily. Spencer. He snatches that one from a couple of the Sharks, namely Lodge. In the heat of the battle there, down to the defensive zone. Ruck. He's got supporter Langle. Oh, brilliantly cut off by the 2 Vikings defenders. Plays it out wide. Levesque. Levesque goes for the shot. Oh, he didn't get all of that one. Spencer turned over. Lodge and Kudla. Kudla gets that one out. And now the Vikings looking to set this one up. With that last goal, they played with patience. They didn't He didn't bolt towards that low slot area as Langle loses out in that possession to Spencer. He gets pinned to the end boards in turn. Well played by Langle, but loses it immediately and gets it back just as quick. Well played by Langle. He shoots. Very ambitious one. Well saved by Booten and pushed out of the goal crease. And now what the Sharks have to do is play with that same patience that got the Vikings that goal to take back the lead. But that turnover is not a sign. Lou. Cross ice out there to Macaulay. But it was saved fine by Pelliccioni. 7:14 to go. 2-1 in favour of the Vikings on the CD Dodd scoreboard. It's been a tight tussle here tonight in this second game of round 11. McLean off the face-off, turned over. Finding Sedenko. And Holman combined. Both sides needing to be at their most efficient in terms of using that puck and their composure as well. Even though the Vikings have the lead, they cannot afford to concede another one. That patience will go up against the panache of the young Sharks. And this young side, they will still be hungry. There's still 6 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in this game. Still anybody's at the moment. As Sedenko. Beautiful cross-ice pass back on the centre ice. Releases Macaulay. Macaulay finds some space, goes for it. Almost a tip in there by Lou. Lou gets it back on the second attempt, but doesn't go to the back of the net. Very unlucky for the newbie, who's playing a great game. And only his second appearance in the last few weeks of this PPL competition. Williams pushes the puck back to Valancourt. Good pass out wide, but look at the pressure that the Vikings have got. Zoo negates his way through. He shoots just to the right-hand side. Doyle one-on-one there with Kudla. Fine physical pressure by Kudla. He keeps the puck in front. Well played there by Kudla. Showing his reputation. Is no fluke from the Summer League. He's carrying that forward into the PPL competition. A natural star for the Perth ice hockey scene. And there he is, another fine effort up against Radcliffe Smith and keeps in front. He's got good mobility when he's got the puck in front of him. And he sets up the entry out wide, back on the centre ice. Good luck. One of his rare mistakes there. Open ice pass, back and forth it goes now. Tempo is just sort of dragging down a little bit because both sides are playing with that patience, that Zen-like patience, in order to maintain possession as much as they can and look for that little flaw in the defensive structure that allows the opposition to go in for a chance at goal. Lodge this time. Gets a bit on that one, out towards Jackson. No, that's Atkins, I should say. Back to Ruck. Rucky's got two players he could go to. One of them is Valancourt, and he goes to it. Off the plexiglass. A little bit of high stick stuff there by Langle. Not called. And it looks like it'll be an icing call with 4.5 minutes to go. And we go all the way back to the Sharks attacking zone. But this will be another good opportunity for the Perth Sharks to level the scores. A very good crowd out here at the Coburn Ice Arena. They've been treated to two wonderful games in round 11. And as of now, we are halfway through the regular season. Can you believe it? It's gone so quickly. And next week, back at the Perth Ice Arena for round 12. What is going to be a crucial one at that. Lelick in front, up against Humiston. Into the end boards by Humiston is Lelick. And Humiston wins out on that battle. Gives Holman the opportunity to break free. Holman, he doesn't get all of that one in, but rebounding is Lou. He's been a solid defender, a defender forward that he's been used by the team. The Sharks again have a fast break entry inside that forward zone. Langle, one-on-one with Holman. Holman wins out on that one, pushes the puck with the backhand. Lelick again. The patience must be applied here by the Sharks Lodge goes bang and stopped right in his tracks. Corey Booton, another fine save too. What a game he's having. And we see on the CD Dodd replay, it was a good setup too. They pushed the Vikings defenders forward, allowing Langle the easy space, isolating in that right-hand corner point, looking for the slap shot, as you saw on the replay. But easily saved there by Corey Booton. 3.5 minutes to go on the CD Dodd scoreboard. The pressure will certainly be rising for the Sharks. Every minute that's chewed up on the clock. But so will the Vikings as well. They'd love a goal to further seal the issue. Jackson from the right-hand corner point goes for it in the end, but over his head. Another fine glove save by Corey Booton, chewing up a further 19 seconds on the playing clock. 2-1 the scoreline if you just joined us for the first time. Goals to Levesque in that first one, and also Grant Humiston, who took back the lead for the Vikings early on in the last period. And the level up late in the second, halfway through the second rather, Yannick Lodge, if you're joining us for the first time. It's a real tight tussle in the second and final match of round 11 here at the Coburn Ice Arena, as the Sharks regain possession through Lelick and Jackson. It's pushed forward, but only as far as Kudla. Time and pressure starting to ramp up on the Sharks. Every minute that is chewed up. But that turnover might be an opportunity. McLean from the corner just to the left-hand side. Rebound shot comes in from Jackson. Cross ice, McLean doesn't get all of that one. Jackson, lovely hoist pass to the path of Lodge. It's a one-on-one. Booton leaving the crease. And Jackson pushes that one back. They have to be very patient here, the Sharks, but it could be wearing thin if they don't convert on this opportunity. The Vikings having to hold on for as much as possible. They've still got 2 minutes left. Lou breaking away towards the offensive zone. He got tripped up. He got tripped up there by Williams, and that will be a penalty. That was Doyle, rather. That will be a penalty as soon as you use that high stick. Then the referee will call that on the spot. As we see on the CD Dodd replay, fine entry there by Lou, and there, a high stick, illegal rather. And that will be a penalty against Doyle. Crucially, 5-on-4 for the Vikings. That extra man on the ice may prove the advantage in this Shutterguard power play. A bit of a delay in the game here. We're inside the last 2 minutes of this contest. It's been an electrifying one here at the Coburn Ice Arena. The Vikings could seal this one with this Shutterguard power play. They can make advantage of the extra man on the ice. The Sharks not giving in that easily. Kudla pushes back. Now breaks away from centre ice. Kudla from behind the goal line. He's looking for the freakish goal. He elects not to go for it. Playing with that patience, as both sides have done. Lou. McCauley looking to find some space on the outer side. This is good pressure by the Sharks. Looking to kill off this penalty, but however, the differential between the clock and the penalty clock meaning is that Doyle will miss the rest of this last period, so it's all or nothing for the Sharks here in the last minute of this game. Shot comes in and it's off the net. The shot came in from McCauley. And that'll be a face-off with 54 seconds remaining. As we see here on the replay, McCauley recycled the puck and had plenty of space to go for the slap shot. That corner slot area was exposed. A timeout has been called, going the way of the Vikings, and no doubt this short timeout will give both sides a chance to assess the plan for the last minute of this game. Dylan McLean and Sean Cookson are going to talk to their charges to sort their last plan out. Now, while we're at it, big weekend of sport on Front Row Screens. You're number one in 2021. Big weekend of football on the WA Day long weekend. Claremont Subiaco and the Waffle Women's. And then Monday, WA Day Monday, how good is it? The Perth Derby, East Perth and West Perth on Monday. That is certainly going to be an absolute ripping weekend of football, so stay tuned all weekend on Front Row Screens, your number one in 2021. Best in the business. Inside the last 54 seconds of this game. Levesque even out in the face-off there with Lodge. It's played along the end boards now. Ruck. He's got the wheels going. Under pressure from McDonald. Inside the last 40 seconds. Penetrating the slot, but well cut off there by Zdenko. The goalie has been exposed. The Flyers Orange made that same mistake last week when playing the Sharks here. The Vikings. Lodge. Cross ice out to Langle. We're down to 20 seconds. Into the boards there by Zdenko. McDonald. Lelik pushing that one back. It's out towards Langle. It's a 2-on-1. Langle and Levesque supported by Zdenko. Levesque playing casually there. Zdenko goes towards the open goal. No, he's missed. But it's an icing call. It's an icing call in the last 4 seconds. The Sharks still have a chance to rescue a point. And keep in mind, they have one less man on the ice. Because Luke Doyle is serving out his penalty, which he's serving for the rest of the game. 4 seconds still remaining, one final face-off to go. Can the Vikings hang on, or can the Sharks steal a point? And the face-off's going to be on the outer circle. Both sides are going to protect the slot quite hard indeed. Who's going to win the face-off here? Lodge from the corner. He went cross-ice to Langle, but the time's going to run out. And the Vikings hold on for their third win of the season, and crucially, staying in third place on the ladder after 11 rounds. But what a hard-fought game it was. And don't take anything away from the Sharks either. They too played magnificently. They had their chances late, just couldn't get that score on the board. But full credit to both sides for turning on an exciting game here at the Cockburn Ice Arena. 2-1. The Vikings win this game, and they maintain third place on the league ladder. They'll be very happy, and a great way to respond after that shellacking that they copped at the hands of the Flyers Blue last week. Sean Cookson will be elated with the side, but Gillum McLean will not be too disappointed. I'd have to say with the Sharks' effort, they gave it everything once again. They're turning into a really good side, and before long, they will be winning games again, this young Perth Sharks side. But the Vikings, they will stay in third place. After this game, the Flyers Blue, Flyers Orange, Northern Vikings, Cockburn Blackhawks and Perth Sharks will stay in the same spots on the ladder in that order after round 11's matches. As we take you to the CD Dodd highlights to wrap the night up, it was certainly a game filled with pressure, a game filled with physicality, a game with intensity, and that's what you want. And it was a very tight one indeed, 16-11. The shots on target in favour of the Sharks, but the reality is the Vikings, with that vital goal to Humiston out the back, taking back the lead and sealing it for the Vikings. It was certainly a crucial moment at that to give the Vikings the 2 points that they were after. Well, what a great night of CD Dodd Perth Premier League ice hockey on this Friday night here at the Cockburn Ice Arena. We certainly hope you enjoyed it. In the earlier game, it was the Flyers Orange soundly defeating the Blackhawks 8-2. And in this second game, it was 2-1 to the Northern Vikings and maintaining third place over a gutsy Perth Sharks side. Make sure you stay tuned on Saturday and Monday, because we've got a great weekend of football on this WA Day long weekend. Waffle Women's between Claremont and Subiaco, and then the Perth Derby on Monday, East Perth and West Perth from Leederville Oval. But for the moment, on behalf of Ryan, Bailey, Matt and all of the Front Row Screens team, this is Paul Persick saying so long from the Cockburn Ice Arena, and we'll look forward to your company at about 3 o'clock on Saturday for Waffle Women's between Claremont and Subiaco. So long, everybody.